For a long time, I will hold up a photograph of Sula's face. It will not convey the smile she beamed at me in the suburban Parisian square, but instead, her eyes reproach me with despair and terror. I will feel a pain in my gut then, I will feel shame. I'll hear the old Hebrew's laughter then, and I will take my camera back out into the Dutch streets, and I will continue to shoot photograph after photograph, because it is all I know to do. I will walk among strangers and take my photographs, feeling no connection with anyone. Whores and junkies and pickpockets and thieves, bored jewelled women and elegantly suited men, white faces, black faces, brown faces, yellow faces, orange faces, pink faces. I will speak to none of them. I am not ill, I still have clarity. Every photograph is an apology. Every photograph I take is an act of contrition before a mocking, malignant God. With every shot, his laughter rings out. I am nothing in this world.
Christos, this is a really intense novel. I mean, it starts with bashing of the Jews, and very soon there is a literal bashing of a young girl. Did you find it difficult to control the intensities in this novel?
One of the challenges I set myself is to say, look, what was hidden from me growing up was this Sephardic Jewish history to the region of the world I come from. I want to actually create characters, and I want to create Jewish characters that are not stereotypes, but they play with our racist stereotypes, but they are dynamic,
yes,
they are real, and they are not singular. They come from different classes, they come from different parts of the world, they come from different experiences, and that was really important to me in terms of guiding my work on this novel. Going back and redrafting and thinking, are these characters alive? Are these characters true?
Yes.
Are these characters real? Are these characters confronting?
Now,
to our notion of being Jewish, to our notion of being Gentile, to all those things. What happened with me, and I didn't realise this when I began to write this book, was that in writing it, I became engaged with the notion of God again. Okay, and I had not done that since I was about 13, and abandoned religion, and abandoned it specifically because of my sexual identity. Not that I would have used those terms as such a young boy, but I could not reconcile myself emotionally with my homosexual experiences and emotions and with the Word of God.
Because you were in sin, presumably.
Of course, because my very self seemed sinful. What was bizarre but in writing this book and having to actually come to terms with that God again is I went back to the Bible, which I had not read since I was 13. And what happens, what is one of the ways you know you experience God? In the monotheistic faith, in the faith of the Jews, of the Muslims, of the Christians. How do we know God? We know it through the Word of God. And I had to engage with that Word of God again, and what I found was the same experience. Now I deal with it differently because I'm an older person. I wish I could have that faith, but the Word of God excludes me from the religious community, and that's what I wanted to write in the novel as well.
So there is a torment which attaches to homosexuality as well.
Maybe if I'd grown up in a different faith. If I hadn't grown up...
Unlikely.
Very unlikely. But, you know, I grew up in monotheism. I grew up as a Greek Orthodox man, and that's the faith I have. That's the faith I know. It's almost, sometimes I think, when I think back to the rituals of faith, it's almost in my body.
There's a tendency for you to frame your actions as tableaus or your characters as kind of icons, you know, often evil ones.
Well, you know, it's not only dealing with God, you're also dealing with the devil, which is part of this faith as well.
Some of yours are quite parodic, like the image of the old Jew fucking the young boy, and, you know, the person looking on is identifying alternately with the Jew and the young boy. Now that's blasphemous, extravagantly parodic and aggressive at the same time as it's religious. I mean, you must...
Yes, I am, yes. As I said, I wanted to actually deal with the stereotypes of anti-Semitism and the stereotypes of race, and then pull them apart. To actually, if you like, take them to a confrontational limit, and then go beyond that to create something new, to create something of the real. And the only way I could find for myself to do that was to go deep into myself and deal with my own fears and my own racism and my own prejudices and my own religious doubt. This is an important book for me, but it's also because of the nature of the kind of book, I needed to work on it and I needed to get it as right as I could.
And you think it's ready now?
I think it's ready now, but one thing I have to do now is let go of it. And I wish I could just retire back into the study and work on my new book, and part of me does want to do that. But because of the nature of the themes I've chosen, I also I want to speak to it. I don't want to run away from that, because I think those themes deserve to be treated seriously in writing, but also in conversation, politically, intellectually. I mean, so that's why I'm here.
Red Moon.